Morning YouTube. Morning. Scum. It's Sunday morning, 11:10 Sunday morning, the 15th of June. Just watch Scum. It'll have you believe it's Ray Winstone's film, but it's not. It's he headlines, but as you can see on the DVD, whether or not all issues, all releases of Scum. I have them on the cover, I don't know. It was on the cover there. It's solid drama, Scum is. It's like a group, a whole bunch of actors make for the drama. It's not, as much as the cover, as I say, leads you to believe it's Ray Winstone's film. It's not really, as much as it is. It's like a group piece, yeah. If you're British watching this, you'll recognise virtually every single actor in it, because they've all gone on to do British drama, TV, British movies. Some have gone across the pond to America. Only a few, I think. Winston. Oh no. No, it could just be Winston, who's made it as a movie actor. I think every other has remained in Britain doing TV drama or TV movies. You know what I mean if you've seen Scum and you're British. Every single face, as good as every single face, has gone on to do more British TV film work. Scum is a solid drama. I saw it recently in someone's top 10. I had a Ray Winstone movie in my top 10 drama as well. It was Sweeney Todd. Solid drama, Winston. That is more of a headliner movie. It's film 4 movie, I think. Sweeney Todd. That's more of a feature for Ray Winstone than this is. As I say, it's more of a group piece, this. A period piece, if you will. Now I'll move on to that now. It's 79, I think, 1979. Right at the time when I was watching movies as a child, growing up. But this movie escaped me. I never did see it in its whole entirety. I think I've just seen the most glorified clips from it as I've been growing up. Horrendously racist. The use of language is just everywhere. Violence, blatant, an extreme corrupt institution. The producer describes it as. The writer, in its special features, talks about it quite frankly. As a period piece, if you will, the writer does, but the producer goes on further. He's more objective, the producer. The director has died. The director, Clarkes, has passed away. This DVD is a remaster edition, 02. Yeah, Clarkes presumably died prior to 02. Producer says, in a corrupt institution, and it was that statement. I was like that after I watched it just then. Should I do a little chat about it? I wasn't going to, as much as I wanted to, I wasn't going to. I just made a tweet that I was watching it. I wasn't going to, but it was on watching the special feature straight after it, where I heard the producer make that comment. Was it necessarily so corrupt, the institution? I went to a grammar school as a teenager. I spent 5 years in the grammar school. I felt the authority wasn't teaching centre like Borstal. Say it was a school, it was a secondary education, but I felt the authority. I'm in my 40s, and I felt the authority in such school. Maybe one would have to ask a man in his 50s, 55, maybe 60, if the institution was, as the producer described, corrupt. So corrupt. I certainly, as I say, certainly felt stiff authority in the school which I spent 5 years in. I felt the potential that perhaps makes me believe now that 15 years prior to my time in the grammar school, there would have been definite firm authority, perhaps 15 years before my time in my school, which is depicted in here, the firm hand of authority, which maybe the producer goes on to describe as a corrupt institution. Maybe, as I say, you'll have to ask a man in his late 50s, 60s, whether or not institutions were so corrupt. Back in the 70s, Borstal type places, for young boys, isn't it? It's depicting a place very typical of Borstal, the gap which bridges youth and adults. Youth meaning like pre-prison age. Can we say if such corruption existed? The writer, as I said a minute ago in the special features, was very frank. What he was saying about how he wrote the characters, how he met a few people who had been inside, which inspired him to write certain characters. A writer gets their inspiration from somewhere. I can definitely believe there was such firm hand of authority in the British system 15 years prior to my time at my grammar school. I can firmly, as firmly as the corruption was described, that I can firmly believe that there was such authority in the British system. As I say, 15 years, 20 years prior to my time at my grammar school, where looking back, I definitely felt that there was derived authority there, which had passed down, which must have been passed down from somewhere. It was just very firm where I schooled. It was looking back. There was no fucking around in my school. You just felt it. You knew it. You felt it. If you were to bunk off the grounds to go and catch some sweets down newsagents, you knew you had to get back through those gates before the bell went, for the next period after lunch. Do you know what I mean? And we were all as rebellious as the next person in our school, in the school where I schooled. I'm in my 40s, and I certainly felt something. I knew in my school, certainly in my school, that one could only be so rebellious. Yeah. Interesting scum. I can highly recommend it to the modern film viewer. If you're 13, 14, 15 and you're used to going to watch movies like Captain America, this will open your eyes. Scum, I agree, it is a solid drama. Apart from the racism in it, the blatant racism, go on, I'll recommend it. Just be careful going into this. There's blatant racism. I've named the scene, the basketball scene, yeah. If you're like that about things where back in the 60s and 70s, in regards to British racism, full-on basketball scene, where you would mute for a few minutes. It's very, very full-on. If you're over 50, if you're no, it's so blatant. I wouldn't want to sit a 20-year-old down to the basketball scene. If you're in your 40s like me, you won't have a problem with it. Just when we're in there, if you're quite young, if you're a modern day film goer, as I say, you're only used to going to watch things like Avengers and stuff, Marvel movies, it might be a bit coarse for you. Maybe you wouldn't want to watch it. Just be careful going into it. But I can still recommend it as a solid piece of drama, British drama at its best. That's SCUM. More of a period piece than a Ray Winston piece, actually. Solid. Over and out.